Move any sand or aggregate away from the pipe that may obstruct the pipe preparation or installation and to reduce the risk of contamination. Using water and clean lint-free cloths, thoroughly remove surface dirt from the pipe. Remove the pipe end cap. Using a suitable isopropanol wiping solution, wipe the pipe to remove any remaining contamination. Wipe in an axial motion using a suitable number of clean cloths, and finish wiping by wiping towards the end of the pipe, i.e. towards you. Place the center of the fitting against the end of the pipe and mark the insertion depth to determine the area that needs to be scraped. It's good practice to keep all of your preparation tooling in protective packaging to avoid contamination being introduced to the pipe surface. Before using rotary scraping tools, check that all moving parts are in working order. Place the rotary scraper on the pipe and tighten into position, ensuring that the fitting insertion marking depth made earlier will be scraped. Before lowering the scraping tip, we recommend you perform a dummy scrape around the whole of the pipe circumference to ensure there are no obstructions. Lower the scraping tip into position on the pipe surface. Begin scraping process. Retract scraping tip to its original position. Check the rotary scraper has performed correctly and produced a continuous ribbon of PE material. Any breakages could identify that parts of the pipe have not been scraped correctly. Visually check the whole of the scraped area of pipe to ensure the required surface material has been removed and there are no unscraped areas or gouges in the pipe surface. Using a suitable isopropanol wiping solution, wipe the scraped area to ensure it's free of contamination. Use suitable aligning and re-rounding clamps to hold the joint in position. Hold the fitting against the pipe and mark a half of a fitting length onto the pipe. This will be the insertion depth and provide a check to show that the pipe has been fully inserted into the fitting. Insert the fitting into the end of the pipe. Tighten the clamp into position to maintain the joint alignment during the fusion and cooling process. If possible, visually check that the pipe is aligned correctly within the fitting. Now the fitting is in place, mark around the outer edges and mark the location of the terminal shrouds. This will highlight if any movement occurs during the fusion cycle. It is good practice to write on the joint the fusion time, cooling time, date the joint was made, and the initials of the operator who made the joint for asset traceability. The joint is now fully prepared and is ready to be fused. Connect the output leads of the Electrofusion control unit to the Electrofusion fitting shrouds. Using a barcode reader or through manual entry, enter the fusion time into the Electrofusion control unit. Confirm the fusion details shown on the Electrofusion control unit display are correct and then start the fusion cycle. Once the fusion time is complete, you should check that fusion has occurred by looking to see if there has been any movement in the fusion indicators. The level of movement of each indicator is dependent on many factors, including outside temperature, pipe diameter, ovality, etc. To ensure that the cooling time is adhered to, it is good practice to write by the joint the time the cooling period started, to easily identify when the cooling time is complete, so joint integrity is not risked. During the cooling time, the fusion output leads can be removed. Once the cooling time has elapsed, the aligning clamps can be removed. The joint is now complete.